following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo! It's the last week in Costa Rica for the Pipeman and the Adventures of Pipeman. And boy, we had some adventures last week that we got to talk about. And we got some festival tickets to give away. And we're going to talk about Spanish Barbie. And we're going to talk, and what you see up there, what, wrong way, that. And we're going to talk about my ziplining right there. And then you can see right next to my head, there's some condoms on the zip line. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. And look, I had to go right through the condoms. It was quite scary. It was more scary than the zip line itself. But we're also going to talk about the solar eclipse. We're also going to talk about Waco, Texas, and we're going to talk about how one of our pipe nuts is now a member of the Branch Davidians. I didn't even know they still had a cult going on. I thought when they all killed themselves, it should be over, but I guess it's not over if you kill yourself. So remember that. If you're thinking of doing something like taking your own life, it's not going to end everything. It's just going to perpetually continue it for eternity. And that is a philosophy I have. I'm like, well, when things are really bad, I'm like, well, if I kill myself, what if it's worse? Then what do I do? You know what I do? That's when I bring on the pipe nuts. So come on down, pipe nuts. And now I'm perpetually in hell for the rest of my life because I'm here with my pipe nuts.
That's right.
Yep.
And look at Rachel. She's just like, eat breakfast before the show, Rachel. She's eating breakfast and drinking a liquid lunch all on the show. You got anything to say, or are you too busy chewing?
She's licking nuts.
Chewing. Licking nuts.
So I want, by a raising of hand, who is the pipe nut that is now in a cult?
No, I'm not. But I think it was not a lack of desire from me. I think it might have been like they didn't want me.
Oh no! Don't feel that way.
You know you're bad when they don't want you.
Right?
When they don't want you. Problem was she showed up and she was too drunk for the cult.
No, I really liked, that they were like keeping it. The Branch Davidians, do you remember David Koresh and all of this?
Of course I do. That's why they're called the Davidians.
Okay, well, he was with the mothers and the daughters and the kids, and I love that he kept it in the family. Y'all know about cousin boyfriends. So, I mean, I felt like these were my people.
This is why Yankees can't stand Southerners right there. Okay.
Wait a minute. They did more inbreeding in the North than they ever did in the South.
Prove it.
They were like,
because I don't know anybody in the North.
Too old. I wanted to be like the 9-year-old little girl.
I don't know anybody in the North that does inbreeding personally. I do know people in the South that do inbreeding personally. Right, Rebel?
Oh, no.
You're so Jewish.
Okay, so she doesn't draw the line at the KKK, but she does draw the line at inbreeding.
I cannot help it if I was involved with someone I did not know his
Okay.
Group affiliation,
Wait.
I guess you would call it.
Rebel.
Yeah.
Rebel. Are you trying to tell me you've never come to the thought of fucking your brother?
Oh, I can honestly say no. No,
Come on,
but it's
guys.
not.
Everybody has.
My brothers
How
are
about
good
you,
looking,
Juan?
too.
How about you, Juan? She said everybody
Yeah,
has.
I don't have a brother.
Okay,
Your
but if you
sister?
did, would you?
What?
To my brother, no.
What about your sister?
No.
No?
No.
I
Come
don't
on,
even
Will,
like
here.
my brothers
I
as
know- I
people.
know we're
Why would I
Jewish.
do them?
I know Jew boy doesn't do it. Totally against his religion to just.
You know why he doesn't do it? Those condoms hanging on the thing. Those used-looking condoms hanging on that thing.
I don't
That's
get it.
why.
Well,
What's the big deal?
it could be worse because
You
I've
rinsed them off?
seen you. I've seen people in Louisiana hang condoms as ornaments on their Christmas tree. So
It's like
Not
Now,
this
are they
one.
who used
You
it
know, from Louisiana that does that.
so
and-
hot.
instead of taking candy canes off the Christmas tree, they take condoms off.
Oh, so they're still like in the package?
They have both. It's your choice.
Who else do you know in Louisiana that does that? I don't do it. I've never hung a condom on a Christmas tree. Although this year it might be another fun Christmas
See?
game to
Yeah,
play.
this is an only.
You know how they have that Krampus game where you steal
Yeah.
each other's presents? Well, I wonder what that game is called. Where you know.
I like it.
Okay, and it was
Take a
just
condom off the tree.
Easter. It was just Easter, Rebel. Do you guys in Louisiana get your eggs for the Easter basket by sticking your hand up the Easter bunny's butthole?
No, haven't you seen the Cadbury commercial? Any animal can pop you out a plastic egg.
Yeah. So
yeah.
which ones have you tried?
I don't go fishing for eggs up animals' butts. I just find them on the ground.
Oh,
They're hidden
only-
everywhere.
Only human butts, but they don't have eggs.
I don't go up human butts. I never said that at all.
Has anybody ever gone up your butt?
No, that's an exit only. Thank you very much.
Okay, how about you, Rachel?
What do you like in the last 20 minutes? No, I've been doing
No.
them live. I mean, I got banned on TikTok a couple months ago. You think I can do that on TikTok?
Was that
Live?
because somebody was going up your butt during your TikTok live?
That is gonna. We're
That's
gonna
why
save
she
that
got
for
banned.
the OnlyFans.
Damn.
Speaking of the OnlyFans, okay, so we're still on some stumbling blocks now.
What are we
I
on now?
never experienced an online platform that was so difficult to get on. Okay. So, I mean,
What
it's
now?
easy. It's easy to get off from OnlyFans, but getting on is a whole other story.
You see
Okay.
how we did that, right?
Nothing fun.
Unintended?
So
Absolutely.
here's the deal. Now it asked me to fill out a W-9, so I did. And for those of you that don't know what a W-9 is, which is interesting that we're having this conversation this week because I did
I
have
don't know what a W9 is.
I did have a conversation with somebody about W-9 this week. But anyway, first of all, W-9s are filled out by the taxpayer. So if you're like an independent contractor getting income without taxes being taken out, you have to fill out a W-9, which is your name, your address, your tax ID number or social security number, and then you sign it. So if you put, and this is going to go towards you, Rebel, right now. Okay, I'm just going
Me?
to call you. I'm going to call you out right now, but you're not the
Okay.
person I was talking to this week. But there was
Okay.
somebody I was talking to this week. Okay, so a couple of the 1099s that I sent out for this year got returned in the mail as undeliverable. Why? Because they had the wrong physical address on it. Why? Because the people that filled out the W-9s put the wrong address on it. And so somebody sent in a W-9 and whoever filled it out for them, because sometimes people have their accountant fill it out or someone put the wrong address on there. And so they never got it in the mail. Now that doesn't stop it from coming from to your email though, but they didn't get the physical in the mail. I don't fill out those forms. I say, provide me your W-9, and I'll tell them where to get the form on the IRS site. I'll have them fill it out, sign it, and send it to me. I'm not filling out your form for you. This isn't grade school. Okay.
You can't fill out the form for them.
No, it's illegal. Absolutely. 100%. It's illegal. It's not. So if you don't get it in the mail, it's not the company's fault. They don't fill them out. It's whoever you had. So go complain to them. So Rebel, yours was returned. So whoever filled out your W-9 is a retard.
Mine should not have been returned.
It was.
Nothing's changed on mine.
Yeah, well, we never know where your address really is anyway. And here's a little, for all you people that think if a company doesn't file your 1099 that you're not liable to show that as income, or you think they're the one that's going to get in trouble if you don't file the income, but thank you for playing, because if you make income, you know how much income it is. The 1099 is for submitting to the IRS on the company's part, which we did. The address has zero to do with it. The IRS, okay, and this is the Pipeman pet peeve this week, the pipe peeve, okay. The IRS doesn't give a crap about the address because they know people move, it can change. By the time you even mail it out, it could be gone. And look, she's snorting drugs on the show. Don't do that on the show. The feds are watching, okay?
No.
Stop. Rachel, look at her.
Oh.
So I think it's for that butthole thing because, you know, she's like doing that rush or whatever it is, the inhaler. So it loosens up her butthole, something like that.
So snorting something up your nose can loosen up your butt. Okay, it's good to know.
Yes. Isn't it funny how your nose and butt are connected? So back to talking about the butt, I mean the IRS. But anyway, they don't care. They know the address may not be right. All they care about is when I file the amount of money and that it's got the right social security number on it or tax ID number. So now if I submit that to the IRS and you as the taxpayer fail to report that income because the company never sent me my 1099, look up on the IRS website. It says for me to send it to the contractor, it's for information purposes only. It's not required for them to have a copy. It's required for them to submit the income and it match the 1099. As a matter of fact, here's a perfect example. When you accept credit cards, are you going to Morocco or something? Or are you going ziplining? What is she even wearing? I can't tell. My sunglasses are too dark.
She looks like she's one of the girls on Girls video from Motley Crue.
Oh, nice. So anyway, you know, well, what the hell was I saying anyway? Why are we talking about taxes and IRS? I don't know. It's the pipe peeve, okay? But the bottom line is, I have another example. We're teaching people how to do their taxes because, listen, the taxes are due before the next Adventures of Pipeman show.
Why are we talking about taxes?
Because it's tax day coming up, and because I had somebody bitch at me this week because they didn't get their 1099 that was mailed 2 years ago.
Act like this show is all about you.
It is all about me. And then Rebel is one of those people that didn't get it, so I have to call her out so I don't waste time off the air dealing with that. Okay? But
first of all, I didn't even realize I didn't get it.
No, don't say that live on the air. You didn't. If you don't report it, listen. You got to the 15th to change things.
I said I didn't realize I didn't get a paper.
But that, you know, tax day is coming up. You know, this country's founded on no taxation. Yet we pay some of the highest taxes in the world. It's not really. That's fake news. Okay, nobody starts sharing that crap like everybody does in the world. What are you doing over there? Who is that?
It's not me. It's the emergency weather service. I can't help it. It goes off. We hear it.
Oh, because you guys are on like a tornado watch right now, right?
We are under some hellacious things going on. It has been going on. The emergency noises have been going off all day.
Hey, no offense, Rebel, but I really hope that tornado hits like right during the show that's live on the air. But everything's fine for after the show, so you can do the rest of your shows today. Don't mess up the rest of the show.
great.
That hit us last
Thanks.
night, Rebel. We had it last night. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
Y'all
it was
could have kept
crazy.
this. We didn't need this at all, really.
Guess
It's
what?
been
There's no
going on.
tornadoes in Costa Rica right now.
Well,
I'll tell you what there are.
congratulations, all y'all's
I'll tell
condoms
you
on
what
the
there
line are
is. There's jellyfish larvae in Costa Rica right now.
We talked about
I'm
that last
still,
week.
I know, but
I
I'm
know,
still
right?
healing from it. And I went to go surfing yesterday. I'm like, screw it. I don't care if I'm still healing. I only got a few days left. And then, little do you know, there they are once again
They got
in
you
my
again?
way. No, I was smart this time. I went in the water first and I felt it was cold. I'm like, up. And then I went and asked some people and they're like, yeah, we already got stung today. Okay, have a nice day. I was kind of bummed out about that. But, you know, the last thing I am going to say about that 1099 thingy is I don't know.
Because you don't know.
Do whatever you're going to do. No, seriously, what I was going to say is, like, if you accept credit cards, the credit card company sends you a 1099 for all the money you made on and got on the credit cards. And then the people that paid you by credit card send you a 1099. So if you don't know how to do your taxes, here's some advice. You don't put that twice, which again goes to the fact that just because you don't get a 1099 doesn't mean you don't report the income. But you only report it once. Unless you're Rebel, you report it twice because you didn't do it last year.
Are you crazy? Are you absolutely nuts?
There's still time. If they didn't
Whoa.
catch you yet, Rebel, if they
Oh, there goes
didn't
the
catch you
tornado.
yet, there's still time. As long as you report the income before they come to you and say, hey, you didn't file your taxes, you're going to jail, you're good.
Technically, she only has till Monday.
Yeah, exactly. You know, unless you get an extension, Rebel. As long as you file the extension at least, Rebel. And Rachel,
Can I say something?
all that, no,
Yes.
go ahead, Rachel. You know,
So many people are
that
enjoying
just
that.
shows the education value of people in Texas, that they will ruin their own stuff. Like, she's not hurting my screen.
That's
Is
a
she
little
hurting your
basketball
screen?
goal.
Is she hurting your screen, Juan?
Not at all. No.
How about you, Rebel? Did you get
just-
wet? When Rachel did that, did you get wet, Rebel?
She did,
No.
but in a different way.
Okay. So let's talk about some of these things behind me. Which one? Okay. Let's take a vote between the three of you. It looks like she wants the Barbie or the condom. Which do you want me
She
to
wants
talk
both.
about here? The zip lining, the condoms on the zip line, or the Barbie? Where should we start?
Condoms
She's-
on the zip line.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
go
both
right for it.
they're both R-rated, so let's just go for the condoms on the zip line.
Okay. So it's not really condoms on the zip line. It is condoms on a clothesline. And literally,
Condoms that
I
Barbie
saw
didn't use.
that. So here's the lesson you learn. You know, when you are poor, you have to recycle your condoms. So you wash them in
How
the
much
sink.
are they there?
Oh, the one
If you have
condom
to
is
choose
like
between
one
food
condom
and a
is
clean
like
condom,
10,000 colones. One condom is like 10,000 colones.
there's
No
nothing
wonder
wrong
they hang
with
'em on the
washing condoms.
Yeah.
Nothing
So-
wrong.
My question is, and let's take a survey here. Okay. If you wash a condom, is it still effective?
Is it still effective?
It
What if you don't
depends on
wash
what
it?
brand.
What if you just keep using it? One.
What brand would be effective, Rebel? Let's get them as a
Um,
sponsor.
The one that is glow in the dark,
Why do you say that one's effective?
because you're supposed to wear an actual one underneath the glow in the dark one,
Ah,
and you can take it off and rewash it, and it's a novelty item. It's not for the purposes of a condom. It is, however, for fun stuff and enjoyable lightsaber stuff.
how about edible?
Lightsaber.
How about edible undies?
Those are not reusable, please God.
You can't just throw them in the washer.
No,
I don't
unless you wear sticky
understand.
clothes.
It is so tough being a woman. You can't wash anything unless you douche.
Not even. You can't use you can't reuse edible underwear.
No, let me tell you,
At all.
your vagina is a natural douche. So every time
Okay,
you
so
pee,
if that's
that
the
is the
case,
douche.
if that's the case, why is the hotel I'm going to on Saturday, right before my flight on Sunday, and it's a Hilton, it's a nice hotel, their body wash says on the actual body wash, douche.
Because you're a douche and they're giving it to you.
Yeah, but they gave it to somebody else. That's how I know
That's
it's
your
there.
name, douche.
Are they a douche too?
No,
Because somebody sent me.
Remember, this
I
is
might
all
not
about
get
you. This is all about you. We're living in your world.
So in Spanish land, body wash translates in Spanish to douche.
There you go. That's your answer.
Is that true, Juan?
No.
Well, it kind of does, because if it's soap that cleans your body, and that's what douching is cleaning. So maybe it's a loose translation.
Douche is the French word for shower.
See? So that goes hand in hand with the body wash.
Like the tiger in the night.
It is kind of ironic that it's the French that made up that word, yet they don't shower. I mean,
maybe that's why they don't like Americans.
It's just the irony in the world. The irony in the world. I don't know. You know what you look like, Rachel, right now?
What?
You look
Mr.
like some.
Judgy.
You look like some S&M gay dude. Like you're about to go to the dungeon club.
No, she does not. I'm telling you, she looks like one of those chicks off of Girls from Motley Crue. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
I don't know. Are they douching?
No, your pee-pee is the douche. You don't douche. That's how you get cancer and shit.
Explain to us how that works.
You go sit on the toilet and you go TT. And seriously, if you go to like a doctor, they will tell you after sex, you got to go TT. You go to the bathroom and go TT. Otherwise, you get like UTIs and shit. They don't tell you.
That's absolutely 100%
buy the strawberry douche.
It is true. Here's another fact that you might not know. Do you know that if men do not have orgasms, they get a UTI?
So for all of those who are edging, that's a problem.
So who cares?
Yeah. So you have to masturbate. It's a requirement.
I'm a Leo.
It's
I
like
don't care.
when you go to prison, it's the first thing the medical say to you: make sure you masturbate.
Now, is this
And
like
you know this
on
how?
your own or in front of other inmates?
It doesn't matter as long as you do it and clean your pipes. No
pun intended.
I don't know. I'm a Leo.
He learns a lot from incarceration.
Yeah, that's where he learned it
I
from.
don't care if you get off.
As a matter of fact,
They had a seminar.
that's a good time. Hey, Juan, why don't you roll the incarceration commercial? That was a perfect segue, Rebel. It's about time you did something right.
All right, here we go.
Here it
Sound
comes.
the alarm. Incarceration Music and Tattoo Festival is back with Shinedown, Godsmack, Breaking Benjamin, Hailstorm, The Offspring, Chevelle, Bad Omens, Chimera, and so many more. Report to historic Ohio State Reformatory this July 19th through 21st. 3 days of nonstop rock, tattoos, blood prison, haunted house, and more. Passes on sale now at incarceration.com.
Okay, so here's the deal. Anybody listening, anybody watching right now, if you go to my socials, any of them, Pipeman Radio, and you direct message me the date and time of the last time that you masturbated, you'll be entered to win tickets to incarceration.
What if they're currently doing it while they're trying to type? I mean,
then do that. Yeah, then just do that. And if you haven't done it in the past year, you need to do it before you submit your entry to win.
And if you need assistance, make sure to check out the Adventures of Pipeman on.
You mean the Groupon?
No, not the Groupon.
No, not the Groupon.
But the OnlyFans. Good idea. Okay, so that's where this all started out. The IRS got in the way of me starting this OnlyFans. That's why we were talking about the IRS. Okay, because OnlyFans would not accept my W-9. They said it was wrong, just like my picture.
Everything
and
is
they
wrong.
won't accept it. And so now I'm fighting with them to prove it's right,
Oh
But
my
in the
God.
meantime, we are going to run some specials. I'm doing 3-day free trials, and there's other promotions on the OnlyFans that I've set up. And you'll get to Rachel, why don't you show them a little piece of the action for the OnlyFans real quick? Yeah, you, Rachel. You're the only Rachel on the show. How about, are you going to eat with your feet, Rachel, on the Pipeman OnlyFans?
Oh, okay. Sucking nuts, right? Into the footsie, back into the mouth. That's sick.
There it is. Okay, Juan. Let's put up a QR code, okay? If you want to find us on OnlyFans, it's just like the socials. It's Pipeman Radio. And here's the QR code. You can make it easy. You just point your phone at the screen, whatever you're watching, your camera, and then pull up the QR code.
Okay, I want to get it. Where is it?
It's right here.
Oh, that's the one.
There it is. Yes. OnlyFans.com/Pipeman Radio. And yeah, hit that QR code. Try it out, Rebel. See if it works.
Oh, I did it. Look, it worked.
Nice. So I'll tell you what, too.
Pay to see myself.
I'll tell you what. To the first 3 subscribers to the Pipeman OnlyFans, I will give you a 50% discount off of the Pipeman Groupon. So, Juan, let's roll the commercial so they can see what they're getting.
Are you tired of the same old bed and breakfast? Come visit the Pipe Cave, where you can service the Pipe Man all night long, and then serve the Pipe Man breakfast.
And then get the hell out.
That's the Pipe Man Groupon. The Groupon special is normally $1.99, but today it's on sale for $99. Just call into the show right now. 561-623-9429. And you too can have the Pipeman Groupon. I had the Groupon. You should too.
Or all you have to do is scan that QR code we had up there and become a subscriber to the Pipeman OnlyFans. Okay.
Do I have to pay? Do I have to pay?
Yes, of course you do. Unless you provide me a
My
W-9.
content is on there, right?
Well, everybody has to pay. I don't care if it's your content. I don't care if it's your content. You have to pay. You'll get a percentage commission. Don't worry.
You get a percentage.
Royalties.
See,
you don't have to pay full price.
There are people out there that are salespeople that work for companies. I've seen it happen. It's the stupidest shit ever, where they buy their own product so they can make the commission.
You're an asshole.
Like somebody might want to clue them in, that's still costing them money.
It's costing them more than they're making.
Exactly. It's like they use it as a discount code. Okay, so I got to tell you something funny, though. Somebody was talking to me here in Costa Rica a couple days ago about the Pipeman Groupon, and they tried to negotiate with me. They were like, so you cook me breakfast? So what are you cooking me for breakfast? I'm like, I'm not cooking you breakfast. The Groupon is you cook me breakfast. You serve
Make sure you listen to that Groupon really well, folks. He's not doing any of the work at all.
No,
you're doing it for him.
I'm just going to sit there with my used condom after I take it off the clothesline.
You get the satisfaction of doing things for him.
Hey, wait a minute. Can you auction those off on a different platform? Like, you know how people have, they pay for used panties and stuff like that. Are you going to be auctioning off the used condoms?
That's a good idea. Let's put that into motion too.
That's not going to be on OnlyFans. That's going to be on something else.
Payments of $24.99. You too can have the Pipeman Groupon.
Nice. Look, I love it. Okay, make that commercial right now. Okay, and so I'm going to Zipline right through the condoms into Barbie.
That's a
There
good
she is.
segue.
That
Okay,
might
so
hurt. Barbie,
here's
be
what really
prepared.
here's what really
She's being
happened.
ready.
Here's what really happened. Okay, so for my last class of Spanish here in Costa Rica, because I'm going back to Florida, although we're talking about me setting up like a thing like we're doing right now for virtual Spanish classes from Costa Rica. Okay. But in the meantime, it was a debate about Barbie and it got heated. Okay.
In Spanish class?
In Spanish class.
In
Okay.
Spanish class. We're debating
Okay.
about Barbie.
So there were 2 women and 2 guys well, 3 women and 2 guys in the debate. Was it? No, 4 women, 2 guys. Now I walk in. I apparently didn't read the whole memo or something because the women gave me a whole bunch of crap because I wasn't wearing pink. Apparently, we're all supposed to show up to class in pink. But the pipe man doesn't have any pink, especially not here in Costa Rica. I might have pink somewhere, but that's just having to do with the pipe man Groupon only. And so Rebel got it. Rachel, she's still thinking about it over there. What does that mean? She's like, what does that mean? And Juan's like, I'm not even going to step into this one.
She's too innocent to understand that
If
one.
it's that big step into, you might need help.
So I got to tell you, it was funny. Then the other guy comes in and he didn't even watch the movie. I didn't watch the movie, but at least I can fake it. He was just straight out. I didn't watch the movie. And then he started, talking about certain things that, basically maybe you shouldn't talk around women like that. It ain't locker room talk if there's women around. Okay. So
Unless they're talking about the same thing.
Well, no, he was like, and the teacher, she gave him some guff, and he's a nice guy. He didn't say anything bad, but he was like, I just don't believe in the whole Barbie thing because it's all like made up and this and that. And
yeah, she's a made up doll that Mattel makes tons of money on.
The teacher's telling him, like, have a little imagination. And so the teacher's she's a totally cool teacher, but she was totally into the whole Barbie thing. She was dressed up. She loved the whole thing, but we were debating the whole thing of Barbie. And we even had worksheets where what would happen in Barbie land and what would happen in Ken land, as far as, the chauvinistic stuff opposed to non-chauvinistic stuff. It's kind of what it was. So we debated the whole thing. I personally think that Barbie is good in one sense, but it's also bad in another sense. But here's the thing. Somebody's calling me. Who is it? It's probably one of those robocalls for vacation. So let's answer it and see. Hello, may I help you?
Hello, Mr. Piper.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Piper. Good afternoon. My name is Derek, and I'm actually calling you right now. That because you have you are one of the first.
You know what's amazing about that? I'm live on my radio show now, and I was just talking about Hilton 10 minutes ago, and you just proved my point that the phones are listening to everything we say because magically somebody I don't know just called me live on the air on the radio from Hilton to try to sell me a vacation. So sell me the vacation. Yeah, in Costa Rica. Where in Costa Rica? I'm staying at the Hilton in Costa Rica Saturday. It's a secret? Oh, yeah. That's not a good location in Costa Rica.
34 CY.
So let me ask you a question. Can you give us, while we're live on the air here, your home phone number so everybody listening to the radio show can call you during dinner and pitch you whatever they have to pitch you?
Can I give them my home phone number so they can call me?
Yeah, they're going to call you and pitch you something.
You're on live radio show right now.
Yeah, right now to the whole world.
I'll tell them to look up my YouTube name so they can listen to my music.
Oh yeah, you do music? Tell me about your music.
I do music, man.
What kind of music?
Rap.
No, all kinds, all genres.
Do you sing or do you just play an instrument?
All of it above.
Okay, so why don't you sing one of your songs to our listeners?
Funny, we were talking about playing on instruments that receive things on a string.
They won't mind. Like, listen, they're already giving you weird looks anyway. You might as well go full out and start singing.
They're gonna find me. That's what I'm gonna do. My name YRN. That's the letters YRN, and then the other letter space with the letter D and the color black. Now, I love y'all real. Y'all have a nice day out there.
Hey, you have a good one. Sell lots of Hilton packages.
That's awesome. That was cool.
This is what happens when you call into the Pipe Man's phone.
I'll teach those robo fucking calls. Fucking calls.
He immediately plugged his music in.
I know, right?
That's the way to do it.
He handled it pretty good. Most of the people were hung up like immediately.
He's an opportunistic person.
I was the hit of the class about Barbie. My answer, because we went around the class and had to talk about,
your feelings.
Our memories of Barbie. Okay.
Oh God.
This is about to get graphic.
It is going to get graphic. So, and we had to do it in Spanish. And
wait. Rachel, can you act out his memories?
Okay.
Because you look like a Barbie.
This is a true story, and I can prove it. Okay. And I'm going to try to prove it right after I say it. So I said, my memory of Barbie is one of my oldest daughter's favorite memories. And her favorite memory from childhood is when she was about 5 years old. They asked me how old, so I answered. So I'm just saying it now. They asked me.
This is where we get thrown off of TikTok.
At 5 years old, she asked me to play lesbian Barbies with her.
Oh, God.
And that's her favorite. And because I did it, it's her favorite memory. And so then the teacher asked if they had clothes and what they were wearing. And I'm like, nothing. The Barbies had no clothes on. So if you think I'm just doing this for the show, and if you think anybody in my world is safe from my show,
God,
we're going to make a phone call.
Oh, wow. Whichever daughter it is, I want to say I'm sorry ahead of time. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Can you hear that?
Faint.
Faintly.
Put the volume up more.
Hello. Before you say anything, let me just tell you that we're doing a repeat of years ago, and you are live on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Yay!
And we were talking about how I was in Spanish class the other day, and we were doing this debate about Barbie. And one of the questions in the class was, what's your favorite memory about Barbie? Do you want to tell our listeners what your favorite memory about Barbie is?
Naked lesbian Barbie.
Nice. and why is that your favorite memory?
I don't know. I just remember always wanting to take a bath and naked lesbian Barbie party. That's just it.
And why is it a favorite memory now that you're an adult?
I just find it hilarious.
And what did your daughter think about when she heard about that?
Oh, she died. She's like, of course they were lesbians.
Well, there you go. I love it. Thanks for having fun with us today. I knew you could use a good laugh, so here it is at your expense.
Yay. I'm always here for it.
We love you here at the Adventures of Pipeman.
Well, we love you guys.
And you could win tickets to a festival for being such a good sport. but that would be nepotism, and I can't do that. So I'm going to hang up.
After all of that, she still loves him. That shows you he must be a good dad.
That is true love.
There you go. So if you remember, Rebel, years ago, we called that same daughter with me having a changed voice and did that contest. Do you remember the contest and what her answer was?
Oh, God. Vaguely. I feel like
she didn't know it was me. My voice was described. She didn't know it was me.
Yeah, thank goodness. That would have been traumatizing. But
why don't you tell the listeners what happened?
No, I don't wholeheartedly remember. It's just I feel for his children. I do, because the things he puts them through, and they still love him.
Basically, we had to ask questions. We had to ask questions for a contest, and they were going to win a trip to Hawaii. Okay, it was a prank call. You know, it was a radio prank call. And basically, one of the questions was, where did you conceive your first child? And so her answer exactly was like this. In my dad's bed.
Ooh.
Yep. There it was. I had to immediately go back into Pipeman mode and whatever disguise voice. But anyway, I told her, yeah, you won. You won the trip to Hawaii. Pack your bags and start walking.
And yet they still answer the phone during showtime.
Well, they don't. They have to pay attention. I'll teach them to pay more attention to my social media. You ever notice that your own family never pays attention to your social media a lot of times, unless it's about them?
Yep.
Yes. Even if it's not about them, I think it's about them. They're paying attention to it. Oh, yeah.
All right. So what didn't we cover this show yet besides Rocklahoma and winning tickets to Rocklahoma? We covered Spanish Barbie. We yeah, that's right. We touched on it, but we really didn't go completely there. But before we go to that, I just want to announce to everybody, it's very important before I forget, that tomorrow is National Pet Day. So
tomorrow? Today's National Hug Your Dog Day.
Well, look, that's the lead up. That's the lead up to National Pet Day. You know, so if you have a pet, take good care of your pet, be nice to your pet, and make sure your pet listens to tonight. It's tonight, right, Rebel?
Tonight is National Hug Your Dog Day. Or today in general.
No. Make sure they have for National Pet Day. They need to have their pets listen to Pet Health Cafe.
Tomorrow night at
see, it's on National Pet
Eastern
Day.
Time.
Okay, so all pets out there listening, you need to listen to Pet Health Cafe, not on this station, on W4HC.com, the Health Cafe Live, also Pet Cafe Live. Listen, great show about your pets. Now, speaking of pets, Rachel, why don't you tell us about your experience with the solar eclipse?
Oh, so yeah, I went out to Waco because it was number 8 on the very top places to go see the totality. And so, you know, while I was there, I was thinking, where is there a really interesting place to watch it? And we went out to the David Koresh compound. And I don't know if y'all saw that Netflix show, but it was really good. And everything burned down. But they built a new little church, and there were some people out there. And you know, I went around and I had a good time. And I used some stuff when it's like right in the, you know, it went completely over like I promised you. It was a lot of fun. And then I had a cousin boyfriend with me who, this is funny. I shouldn't tell this. So he was like, yeah, he was like, oh my God, he has a minivan. So we ended up sleeping in the minivan. Like we went out there the night before. We were like, you know, put a mattress in the back of the minivan. He's like, what if you were like, right during the eclipse? Who can say that that's what they were doing during the eclipse from their cousin?
Nice. So did you do it?
Fuck yeah.
The
first couple minutes I gave to you. And then the next couple I gave to him. I was like, in the back of the minivan.
Well, at least I was first.
Always say that that's what he did during the eclipse.
At least I was first because I'm not doing those sloppy seconds, okay? Especially from a Texan.
That's hot.
My word.
I got to tell you, the last time we had an eclipse in totality, I was actually covering a festival. This was the coolest thing. It was at the #1 place for totality. This festival was called Moonfest. Remember that, Rebel?
Yes.
And Ozzy performed during the total eclipse the song Bark at the Moon. And he never lets photographers shoot it. And I actually had a photo pass for that one. And I got to shoot Ozzy. I literally was standing right underneath him as he was singing Bark at the Moon as we were in totality. And, you know, some photographers, they have some cool tricks for that too. Like they can take their camera and a piece of cardboard and get like the most amazing picture of the eclipse. Speaking of which,
I got amazing pictures. Yeah.
Well,
awesome.
speaking of which, there was one photographer friend I know. Yeah, I
got better.
Nice.
It's not focusing,
I got better. Man, they were so good.
There you go. So what?
Oh wait, I don't have
one photographer friend of mine, she was posting on Facebook about, she didn't want a bunch of people putting up crappy photos because she's a photographer. You want to see the good ones, and you don't want. And I agree with her. You don't want to clog up the internet with a bunch of bad photos, so you never see the good ones from the professionals. Ooh, look at that! And
cool.
So what I did to be funny is I messaged her my picture, and she literally commented back and said, "That's way better than a lot more than I've seen online, LOL." I'm like, well, that's good, because what I did was I went on to the official site that was monitoring, like we were tracking it like Santa Claus, and I literally cropped out the picture that they had on the official site of it, and that's what I sent to her as if I took it. So all you idiots out there that believe everything on social media and believe all that stuff, that's what you can do. What's that, Rachel? Is that your solar eclipse? Is that your solar eclipse?
One. Whose picture's better? Yours? Wait. Or mine?
Yours. I think yours. It just captures the sun and the moon at the same time.
That kind of stuff is what you're going to find on the Pipeman OnlyFans. So a full moon, that's a total eclipse, right? So if someone clicks on the Adventures of Pipeman OnlyFans, are they going to see any full moons going on?
That's for Rachel to answer. Are you going to give them a full moon? Are you going to give them a full moon on the OnlyFans?
Oh,
the eclipse,
full Monty, baby.
Hey,
I don't know. It depends on Pipeman. If Pipeman's taking charge to.
No, he said you would make. What? He didn't say commission. What did you say? Proceeds or?
I did add both of you I did add both of you as two team members on the OnlyFans, where you'll be able to upload your own stuff to it.
Okay, so we don't have to send it to you first.
Nope. You'll upload it yourself. In the meantime, again, I'm going to give everybody another chance to win tickets, this time to Rocklahoma. Let's hear the commercial, and then I'll tell people how they can win tickets to Rocklahoma.
In less than a month.
Dude, no, that's Welcome to Rockville. Rocklahoma's on Labor Day weekend.
Oh, that's right.
You're talking about Welcome to Rockville, which is less than a month away. I don't even think we have tickets left for that because it's so close. There's nowhere to stay anyway. And that's going to be badass. But Rocklahoma, that's going to be badass.
That's the camping
do we
one,
have
right?
the commercial ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Here it goes.
Uh-oh. No, that's just a banner. There's an actual video. You didn't see the actual video?
Rocklahoma. America's biggest Labor Day party is back with the loudest lineup yet. This August 30th through September 1st in Pryor, Oklahoma, with, for the first time ever, Avenged Sevenfold, Slipknot, Disturbed, Evanescence, plus A Day to Remember, Lamb of God, and many more. Passes and camping on sale now at rocklahoma.com, starting at $10 down.
There it is. Okay, so again, if you, what was it I had them do before? Let's have them do something else. If you could send me your pictures to my socials, direct message me of any used condoms you see somewhere, you will be entered to win tickets for Rocklahoma, because there's a lot of used condoms in the campground at Rocklahoma. I can tell you right now. That's why it's so appropriate. But here's the thing, too. We're also going to be announcing, ready for this? Okay, so DWP took over Rocklahoma. It didn't used to be a DWP festival. It now is. And they also took over another festival that is at that same place in Oklahoma. It is one of the most renowned country festivals. The Pipe Man is going country. Okay.
Oh, God.
And
Lord help us.
so we're going to be doing ticket giveaways for Born and Raised, which is anybody that's into country wants to go to that festival. Like, they love that festival in Oklahoma for sure. So I don't know if Blake Shelton will be there, but he may be. I don't even know who's going to be there yet. We don't know yet, but he lives near there. So you might see him. He might be carrying around his cup, his solo cup. Meanwhile, that's everything, folks. That's all, folks. Just like Elmer Fudd. Who here can do Elmer Fudd? Say that's all, folks, and do it right.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, keep your day job, Rachel. Rebel, give it a try. Come on, you're an actress. Come on, do it.
That's all, folks.
Oh my God, you better give up your dream of acting. Juan, do you have a version? Do you have a version, Juan?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, how about
Speedy
Gonzalez? Can you do Speedy Gonzalez?
No.
Do you know
I
who
don't know
that
how he
is,
talks.
at least? Do you know who Speedy Gonzalez is?
I know who he is, but I've never heard him talk.
Do you know how to do it, Rebel?
Speedy? Oh, jeez, no.
Speedy.
He's,
I did a lot of Speedy in my 20s.
I bet you did, and now you just do a lot of downers and cousins. All right, so everybody's got to tune in next week to the Adventures of Pipeman, because I will be back in Florida getting ready to go on the Pipeman Radio Tour. We're going to do some ticket giveaways. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. I don't even remember what we're talking about. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't care right now. It's just going to be good. And Sam is saying hello to you, Rebel. Rebel has so many people that want to do her.
Sam.
Rebel, you have so many people that come on this show and want to do you. Rachel shows her butthole, and you get all the guys. How does that work?
No. Andale.
There it is. Arriba, andale. That's it, Juan. So study up on Speedy Gonzalez for next week. So everybody tune in every Wednesday live, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I will be on Eastern time. And right here at W4CY.com and Talk4TV. And if you want to check out my interviews, they are on my socials. They're also on my podcast. They're also on every morning at 8 a.m. You can listen to Adventures of Pipeman, which has past shows, interviews, all kinds of great stuff. Check out all of the podcasts. You got the Adventures of Pipeman podcast, Pipeman in the Pit, Positively Pipeman. And you can catch us on iHeart, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple, and no longer Google. Google Podcast is gone. YouTube Podcast is in. So there it is. That's the final Costa Rican show for 2024. It's so sad. I have to go back to that crazy state of Florida with all the idiots.
Don't forget to hang your condoms.
Do my next show. You know, in Florida, they put the condoms on their ear, and they don't know why.
No wonder why they have so many of those billboards that scared me when I went there.
No, we make balloon animals with condoms.
Yeah, you know what scared Rebel when she came to Florida is an HIV testing billboard.
STD
what
testing
scares
billboard.
me,
every other block.
But what scares me is going to Louisiana. They have none of those. I think that's a little
They
more.
never even heard of it.
Yeah, like they just don't even care that they give each other.
We do. It was that scary that it had to be on billboards for you guys.
It's all in the family in Louisiana. All in the family. Well, it's actually all.
Texas too.
Yep. Texas uses no condoms, and family is required, and so is an STD. When somebody asks you in Texas if you have an STD, they're expecting a yes answer, or else you're not getting sex. So remember that. And same in South Florida, because you just go to Mar-a-Lago and you can catch all the diseases you want. I'll be there next week, broadcasting live, 15 minutes away from Mar-a-Lago. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. And I hope you come back next week. But if you don't, screw off. Roll 'em, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.